The first topic I wanted to talk about was Boosie. Okay, yeah, I know this is. I don't never talk about Boosie unless he says something homophobic as usual. You get what I'm saying? This time he says something that kind of made some sense to me. Okay, I'm not gonna hold you. So he was talking about the Dahmer series and how Netflix should essentially X this show. Like they should definitely can it. They should definitely get rid of it. They need to, take it off their platform. And that he also said that they should pay the families because now I didn't know this, but was in recent news. The victims' families had no idea that Netflix was doing this show and that they will be featuring them. So the prominent like family members of the people, well, they all were, you know, they all were known in that time frame. Like people knew about them because they advocated for their loved one that got killed by this person. But their likeness was used in the show. Like they had the woman, the family that I forgot the dude's name, but he was deaf. They had his family. They had the Asian boy's family. So a lot of people, essentially, there was word out that the families were re-traumatized by this, and they had no idea they got no compensation or anything. And after hearing about this, I'm not gonna lie, it rubbed me the wrong way because I'm like, first of all, you're not letting them know, and you using the girl that we see in the video. I think it was his sister that was screaming and that's cursing out Jeffrey Dahmer or whatever. She said that she was traumatized because she literally saw the Netflix version of that and she thought it was her. Like she's like it was so weird and freaky, and she had no idea that they were actually doing that. So I think that Netflix has a responsibility to get behind this, whether that means taking down their video. Look, it's probably already gonna be nominated for something. Okay, they probably they probably already submitted it to these award shows. I think they should at least address it. And with Boosie said, I said Boosie. What Lil Boosie said was correct though. Like, I mean, but you know what? As long as I've like observed Netflix and how they do with shows, they essentially make content that is trauma porn. Like they always did this. They always made stuff like this, and people always complained, and Netflix never did nothing. Like, let's be very clear. Like, even way back when 13 Reasons Why came out, and mind you, 13 Reasons Why was a emotional roller coaster. I watched that when I was in high school, okay? And that damn show was fucking traumatizing as hell. I'm not going to hold you. And we've seen people get essayed on there, sexual assault for people that, we've seen people, we've seen several scenes of people getting essayed on that show. Grand Army was another one. It didn't last, but it had to deal with like, school shootings and stuff like that and people getting essayed. You get what I'm saying? People had something to say about Cuties, the little show that was almost sexualizing kids. People had a lot to say. The trans community had a lot to say about the Dave Chappelle show, saying that his stand-up comedy show incited transphobia. If you want to believe that or not. People complained to Netflix, and Netflix literally said, "Kiss my ass." Like they basically said, "We don't care. We're art is art, and we're gonna showcase art." And it's just it's ignorant. It really is ignorant, and the fact that Netflix did not let the families know, it's messed up, and they will rule the day. I'm telling you, they will. There will come a time where Netflix will not be that girl. And you know what? It's on them because they continuously. And my thing is this: I'm all for. I'm a type of movie watcher that likes to watch all types of stuff. Like yes, not everything could be unicorns and rainbows. Okay, not everything is gonna be like lighthearted and fun and this and that. Because I think I was having a conversation with somebody else, and they were talking about Tyler Perry's movie that's on there, something about some jazz player or whatever, and it has to do with like back into Jim Crow and people hanging people, and not Jim Crow, but not Jim Crow before that, but people hanging people and all that, and Ku Klux Klan, whatever, that type of stuff. And it was like, oh, why are we still showing this? Look, my thing is this. I think that there is room for having a serious conversation on a film, with a film, series, whatever. There's definitely space for it. True crime is a genre that people are, and a lot of people are starting to question why true crime is such a popularized genre. It just is. A lot of people are just into it, right? But when you think about a character like, or a person, not a character because he was a real person, Jeffrey Dahmer, he has several documentaries. He has several shorts of, content where, or people acting like as him, like in film and stuff like that. Like, why did we need this? They already had like several documentaries. There's one on Tubi. I believe there's one on Netflix as well. They recently just did one for Netflix. I mean, like, there's all this content, and we got the internet. Why do we need to see this? At this point, why do we need to visualize what he did? Now, I did watch it. I finished it. It was very much startling. It rubbed me the entire wrong way. And I will say this film is no good because the way that they make the show, it makes you sympathize. Now, I understand what type of person he is, but a lot of people that don't really know who Jeffrey Dahmer, because I already had known who what this situation was. A lot of people are sympathizing with Jeffrey Dahmer because of this show. And I'm seeing a lot of people on TikTok talk about, oh, he tried to get baptized towards the end of his life, and he tried to really repent, and he's trying to go to heaven now, and this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, no, like, he did that because he knew he was freaking wrong, and he just wanted like a quick trip to heaven or whatever, and praise and getting baptized was gonna help. You get what I'm saying? Like, he didn't do it genuinely, because he would have been got baptized. Like, no. So I think a lot of people are sympathizing with it, and the show makes you sympathize with. If you really watch it, and you see a lot of him, you see his upbringing, you see like him struggling with whatever it is that he had going on. Whether you want to say that, because there's a big conversation about whether if it was a fetish or was he just crazy. A lot of people think that it's a cop out to call him crazy because he really is just evil. Whatever the case is, you see that side. And a lot of people were sympathizing with him, and I personally felt uncomfortable with a lot of people on TikTok, social media in general, just say stuff like that. And it's just like, okay, whoa, we need to never do that. We need to never have those type of conversations. Like, oh, there's people that's literally saying that they actually felt bad when he died. I'm like, whew, honey, did y'all not, did we watch the same thing? Like, what are we saying? And we not feeling that like no type of, you don't feel bad for the people that actually that lost their lives, lost their family members. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. I don't understand how people have those type of views, but apparently, like I said, Netflix is they're not going to take this video down. The film, show, whatever you want to call it. They're not taking it down. They are going to milk the situation. They are going to stay silent, or they might just make a stupid ass response, talk about art is art, and we're just trying to yada 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 and yada yada yada. Like, let's be clear. Ryan Murphy did this movie. Do you honestly think that Netflix is going to take down a Ryan Murphy production? No, they're not. Unless Ryan Murphy has a bit of integrity and be like, you know what, let's take this down. A lot of people are complaining. It's hurting a lot of people. They're not going to do it. I would be surprised if Netflix does this, because people have always complained about these damn shows. People have always complained about Netflix has a problem with just glamorizing trauma, serial killers, and this is what Netflix has become. Okay. So I don't know. Tell me what you guys thinking about in the comments.